Hey guys, it's Jamie here for our weekly video, and I have Miles with us today. Yep. They love you more than me anyway.
Nah.
I think so.
You're the one that writes the blog post though.
Yeah, but I write them about you, and that's what they love. So Miles, I picked him up from school today and I said, we need to do a video. We need to do an OIT update. It's been on my calendar for like a month.
Long time.
Thanks for doing it finally.
Yeah.
And I promised that he could get to his homework quickly. So we're gonna just swing through some questions, and we talked about it a little bit in the car, and you had really good answers that I think are gonna encourage a lot of people. So if you're new here, Miles has been doing milk desensitizing treatment for like 3 years now.
Yeah, which is way longer than, like, it seems super short for me, but it's crazy to think that it's been 3 years.
Yeah, so 3 years. We're gonna talk about if it's felt like a long time or if it was worth going a long time. And so we're just gonna give an update. This is a really good time for us to update you guys, and I wanted to make this post one for an update. It's kind of like a plateau update for a while, and so now I can like throw in the comments, food that he's eating that has milk in it, restaurants that we're going to. Why did I tell Graham to put the dishes away while we're doing this video?
Good question.
It's very loud. Gosh. All right, so let's swing through these. The big thing is in October, you went in and did your last updose challenge.
October?
Remember, it was before Halloween.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It seems, at least.
So it was Halloween time, and you wanted to be able to eat some Halloween candy. So Dr. Siri updosed you on your milk dose to how much?
150 milliliters.
150 milliliters. So that is awesome. You want to talk a little bit loud because I think our heater's going.
Oh, yes, probably.
And so one of my questions was that, well, that's kind of like a big plateau for you. Like, you don't have to go anymore, do you?
I don't have to. Yes.
Dr. Siri said you could just stop there and just eat in moderation, carefully, things with milk in it. But what do you want to do?
I want to keep going, personally. I just think the more that I can get, the better, because then I can eat more, or if I eat a little bit, then I'll still be able to like exercise after or do something physical without having a reaction.
You're hoping.
I'm hoping that's what will happen if I do more. Yeah.
So you're wanting to go a little bit more.
Yeah.
But if we stopped now, this is a pretty good maintenance dose. So what are you at? You said 150.
150 milliliters. Yeah.
Great. So it has been 3 years, and we took the slow track. Dr. Siri did a different way with you than other doctors do it. So we didn't. Yeah. We did baked milk, and you got little treats along the way. And so I wanted to ask you, after 3 years, does it feel like it's been that long?
No, not at all. It feels like just yesterday I was eating 4 cupcakes a day, and oh man, I remember those times well.
That's where we started, right? Baked milk, and you got up to 4 cupcakes a day. So that feels like yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
Not 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Very good.
Not 3 years at all.
Good. And you told me in the car you've liked having little rewards as you went, where it was like pizza, ice cream, Halloween candy.
Yeah, for each like thing I'd be able to eat a little bit more milk. So I don't remember when it was, but one up dose I was able to eat out then. So that
eat
was
out
like,
in restaurants, right? Dairy free still.
Dairy free stuff, but not having to worry too much about the cross contamination. Just being able to eat there. Whereas if I would have had to wait till the end to do it, I mean, it still would have been good, because eventually I'd be able to eat whatever I'm eating now. But being able to do it as I went along, I think, was a good thing for me, just because I think having little rewards throughout the thing, for me personally, was better than having a big reward at the end.
Good.
And going faster.
Yeah, we would have gone faster that way. So we went slower with rewards along the way.
Yes.
Yay! Milk rewards.
Yeah.
And you're glad we did that.
Yes.
Whew. Good, I'm glad. Hi, Mary. Good to see you. Hey, guys. She says congrats on 150.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. We've been doing it since October, so it's time to talk about it for sure. So some people want to know if everything is just perfect and you don't ever feel bad or whatever.
No.
You have not had to do the EpiPen
Yes.
during the slow OIT.
Yes.
Some kids do need to do the epi, so your story is that you have not, although you have had it before.
Yes.
But what are the symptoms that you get when we don't quite get it perfect on your dose?
Well, usually I get what I call funny throat, where my throat just feels weird and not normal. But sometimes it'll be like my mouth, or I think one time my eyes started watering.
Mm-hmm.
But usually it's my throat or my mouth. And then, yeah.
And I was going to ask, is it worth, when that happens, we kind of have to think through what to do.
Yes.
Is it worth doing milk OIT to
For
have
sure.
to navigate the weird?
Yes, I definitely think eating milk is worth having a funny throat here and there.
Okay. And also, is it worth it dosing every day? Because we really have to make a mental effort
Yes.
to figure out when you're going to dose and what our schedule is. Like, we have to think about dosing as much as we had to think about not eating milk or having
Yes.
accidents, right?
Pretty much.
Can you compare like those two?
I think just like I used to have to not eat milk, I think dosing has just become a natural thing that I'm like, oh, got a dose today. And it's not too much of a hassle just because I just have to eat carbs with my meal, which I mean, I do anyway. So it's not like I have to make a drastic change to drink my milk every day. It's just like sometimes I'll have to eat it late at night because I'm going somewhere, and then that's when it gets a little bit annoying. It's like I want to go to bed, but I also have to dose first. But I think overall it's just become a natural thing, kind of, that's like, oh, I'm gonna dose at dinner today. And I think we've only forgotten it like at the 150, I think we've forgotten it maybe twice.
Yeah.
But
And then we have to have a system to
Yeah.
get back on track. But so what you're saying is it's just another habit.
yes,
Where
it's like
before it
carrying
was
my
a-
epi bag. Like I instinctively do that now. I don't even think about it. But and then dosing is pretty much the same thing. I don't even think about it. It's just like, oh, gotta do this.
So avoiding milk, washing
Yes.
hands, those were habits. Now
Yes.
you have the new habit of do my dose and make sure I've got my system for
Yeah.
doing my dose. And so yeah, you're happy with that. And it's
Yep.
not, it's work. Because some people do say, gosh, how do you do it every day? Is it worth that work? And you're like, hey, if you're in the habit of avoiding milk, you
I
can
feel
get in
like-
the habit of dosing milk.
I think dosing every day would be, for me, was easier than thinking about what I need to avoid. Not saying I don't think about what I need to avoid now, but I don't have to worry as much. And I think dosing each day is worth not having to think about it as much.
You can relax a little more.
Yes.
So overall, life's a little more relaxing.
Yes. Because like when I go to friends' house or something, I don't have to think like, what did they touch before they set out these Oreos or something like that.
Good. Good. I'm learning things. I'm glad I get to talk to you about it. Thank you for sharing with us. You talked about some things that have been good about having food allergies.
Yeah.
That kind of surprised me. You said you thought of that to share with them. You're like, I am kind of glad I had food allergies. So
Yeah.
what was that story?
Well, I think looking at the overall big picture of my life and food allergies, like, if I didn't have food allergies, this wouldn't exist. So, like, Facebook Live and stuff, none of...
Milk allergy mom.
Milk Allergy Mom, not Facebook Live. Facebook Live would exist. But Milk Allergy
We did
Mom...
not invent Facebook Live.
Yes. Milk Allergy Mom probably wouldn't exist. For, like, and for me, like, recipes that you make, I wouldn't, if I go to, or when I go to college, I won't, now I have recipes, like, I know a place to get them, and you guys can make them as well, like, all the recipes on the blog, and,
Food finds.
yeah, everything that you do, what'd you do recently? The book thing for this? Is that for something else?
The book thing? Like my planner thing?
Yeah, like the
Oh wait,
food
I'm
allergy
doing
planner.
recipe sheets.
Yeah, recipe sheets, the emails every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then also...
Are you going to get on my email list when you're in college?
Sure. And then Like carrying my epi bag, I actually just kind of like carrying. I think even if I didn't have food allergies, I'd still want to carry a bag around just because I like to carry stuff like, I don't know, my wallet or phone or your battery's at 10%.
Oh, thanks.
Or just other random stuff.
So you like being in the habit of carrying your epi around?
Yes, that is definitely.
That's so cool. Like I would never, you know, when our kids are little, we're just like, oh, we have to make them learn how to carry this medicine in this bag. And so it's really cool. You're 15 and to hear, I'm glad I get to carry this bag around. Yeah. Anna's asking about OIT for nuts. So we're going to talk about that. Can you say hi to Anna?
Hi, Anna.
And then you also said that it's giving you material at school. So Miles, because of OIT, is going to school this year for the first time and not homeschooling. You like school.
Yes.
You're like school material. He's like his mom, very studious and academic and kicking butt. And I catch sometimes in his homework, he has to write on something, and you've written about food allergies a few times. So tell us how that's been a blessing.
Well, if I can't think of anything to write about for something, then I'm just like, well, if I haven't done food, I think I've written about food allergies maybe like 4 times so far this year. So it's just like I can write about OIT, I can write about when I wasn't doing OIT, what food allergies are. Just like I know a ton about food allergies that I can just tell other people about, which is also a good thing.
I love it. You talked about it in biology, you talked about it all kinds of places. Yeah. That's awesome. Funny story, you were with a friend in school and you said how you can't have dairy chocolate chips. So she started Googling.
Oh, yes.
Tell them that funny story.
So, okay, me and my friend were talking and she showed me a picture of a cookie. She's like, does this look good? I'm like, yeah, but I probably can't have it. Then she goes to Google dairy-free chocolate chips. And then it comes up with one of my mom's, pictures for a chocolate chips, and then she Googled something else like dairy free. I'm like, oh, that's my mom's, and she wanted to find something that wasn't my mom's that I hadn't had before. So she started Googling dairy free stuff, and the first 6 searches came up with your things of dairy free. I think it was like brownies. I think one of them was. I can't think of the name. That. And then it was something else. And then on the 7th, she finally found one that wasn't by you. I was like, oh wow, that took way longer than I thought.
But what I love is you weren't pretending like you didn't know me.
Yeah.
You were actually proud to say it was your mom and milk allergy. So you talk about food allergies at school and with your friends, and everybody knows I bring you dairy-free pizza. Yeah. Still on pizza day on Wednesdays, and you have shared pieces of your pizza and people think it tastes.
One of my friends would rather have my pizza than the actual pizza that they serve at the school. He had one piece. I gave him a little bit of a piece once, and he said, "Oh my goodness! After school, I'm gonna have to go get this." And he's like, "What's it called?" And then I told him the price.
Because you are eating like that would be your dose, and we want you to do your dose at home. So he still chooses to do the dairy-free pizza at school. So I bring that to you. So that's cool. So we already talked about some of the things that you got to go through as you did OIT. The pizza, the ice cream were your big goals. We have a cute video of you talking about that 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
About your goals and writing papers about pizza, and you've hit those, and that was fun and worth the work.
Yes.
Because OIT is work, right?
Yes, it is definitely work. And like even going in to the office for 4 hours a day, not a day, but 4 hours every once in a while, like it's not wasting my day, but it's using my day in a way to get myself more milk.
Right. You have had a lot of doctor's appointments.
Oh,
I didn't think about that for talking with you, but you have spent a lot of time at the doctor's office, and that is a commitment to be able to do all this.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you have any more goals?
I think my only goal now is either eating more milk so that way I can just have more, or also nuts. I want to desensitize nuts probably soon so I can have.
That's what Anna asked. So she asked if nuts was next, and you do want to do that.
I do want to do that.
But fingers crossed, your tests show that your nuts have gone totally down with milk.
They did, or hopefully?
They did.
Oh, okay, cool.
And so we are hoping you won't even have to do nut OIT.
Yeah, that would be good, or at least being able to start higher.
Yeah. Yeah, your numbers have gone significantly down, and Grandpa's so excited about that. I think we've told you that before, but you might have forgotten.
I think I did.
And so some of the things that we're going to share in this thread, because I don't want to just keep putting stuff all over the place. So this is kind of like the 150 mil, and then things that we've been able to do, eating out in different restaurants. You usually eat dairy-free in restaurants, unless it's a little bit of baked in like a bun or something.
Or like chicken nuggets with
Chicken nuggets fried. Yes. So we'll share those things in this thread. I just wanted a home for it, and I wanted to just get your updates because you are awesome. I know videos aren't your favorite, like Graham's thing, but you're really good at them, and people appreciate you sharing about it. Holidays, so Christmas, you were able to finally try a little bit of the food that's our tradition foods. We still had to ask aunts and grandmas like what were the ingredients and how much, and then we kind of gauged that on how much we thought you could have, and then you don't dose as much because you ate some of the food, and so you got to try new foods, and that's why you want to go up even higher on your dose, so that when we have things like that, you can eat instead of just a bite of everything. Because we were kind of just starting, let you just have a taste and see if there's something you really like. Anything you remember from Christmas? It's been a while.
Honestly, not really.
It didn't stick with you that bad, did it? You still love time with your cousins more than anything, I think,
and
don't
the fudge.
you?
The fudge is really good. That's still my favorite.
My fudge is still your favorite, and it's totally dairy-free.
Yes, for sure.
And you got to try other things that had dairy, and you still loved my fudge.
I don't think I tried dairy fudge, but
it tastes pretty much just like that.
Fudge is just the best.
It is? I'll make you some more fudge for doing this video, deal?
Okay, sure.
All right. I think that was it. I think you've given us a lot of good insight. Thank you. You've shared things that I didn't even think of asking, so that's pretty special. It's just neat to hear from you along the journey, and I can tell them about it all day, but they really do like to hear from.
I don't think I've been on here in a long time.
You haven't.
I think the last time we did it, we were sitting back over there.
We were.
Like, I think you had a white desk.
Yeah. Graham likes cooking, so I just let him cook.
He's good at those.
You don't totally love the cooking, do you?
Not too much.
You'd rather
I mean, I like cooking, but I'd rather eat stuff that gets cooked instead of make it.
You're like me. You take after me. Jeff and Graham actually like to cook. We just like it to be.
I mean, it's not like I dislike it. I'd rather do other stuff than cooking.
Read books,
not all
play
the time,
chess,
but
play ping pong. We're kind of in the man cave back here. We got our flooded basement taken care of, and we thought let's get on video and talk. All right, well that's it. You can go do your homework. Tell everybody hey and bye, and we'll come back someday when you try nut OIT or we get really big into another big milk dose, maybe
1,000 milliliters.
No. Pandemic changed a lot too with our time in the office, didn't it?
Yes.
We kind of just settled in and got comfortable with where we were instead of plowing in there every month.
Yeah.
So we probably are due for shots.
Oh yeah, I haven't had those.
Yeah, I think you're due for shots.
I probably need those.
And you've been eating your Halloween candy's lasting a long time.
I still have like a pile that's big of Halloween candy.
Because you get to have like one thing. You can't eat.
I mean, I can eat it, but we're just doing full doses usually. Because sometimes what I'll do is I'll have a half dose, which is 75, and then I'll eat like 3 pieces of Halloween candy based on their protein and stuff. It's math.
Right. You do a lot of math to calculate how much milk you should have in a day.
Yeah.
If we adjust your liquid dose and you eat other stuff.
Yes.
Well, I do want to end. The other day, I got you 2 donuts from the donut store that we know have milk in them, donut shop. And then at lunch, you had frozen pizza. And then in the evening, you did your milk dose, and we just adjusted what we thought. Okay, you already had 2 donuts. Now we had 3 pieces of pizza. So that just gives you guys an idea of where we are, that you did a half a milk dose in the evening. And you were good. No symptoms, nothing. Yeah. And if you ever do start feeling kind of like things are getting a little off, we do Claritin or Zyrtec.
Yeah, or Benadryl.
Or Benadryl if we want a quick relief, right?
Yeah.
So we got things in our pocket, but of course you would want to talk to your doctors and of course be doing OIT with a awesome board certified allergist like Dr. Siri, and she's going to do a video with me next week. So
cool.
getting back in the grind. All right, Anna says she's so happy for you, Miles.
Oh, I thought of one thing.
What?
What I drink with my dose.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, what do you do when you get a funny throat? What's your trick?
Well, usually during doses, just whenever I dose, I have a fizzy drink. And so it's not usually soda. It's like, there's this other thing.
You can say it, they all know it.
Zevia. I have Zevia all the time. I like cream soda and black cherry. And so that's kind of an upside to dosing, is I get to have basically one of those a day. So that's
Graham's
awesome.
like, can I have one a day? And I'm just like, you
Yeah.
guys, we don't need fizzy drinks every day, but it's part of your
But
routine.
it helps my throat, because if I don't have it, then that's when I can start getting reactions. And then if I still have a fizzy drink and still have a reaction, then I'll have Kavita, the probiotic drink, pomegranate. That's my favorite flavor. And then I'll have that if I have a funny that's usually before Claritin or Benadryl. And then if it still doesn't go away after the Kavita, then I will usually have Benadryl. Or
How fast do you want your funny throat to go away? Like a half an hour after that, maybe?
half hour to 45 minutes usually.
And then after that, you're like, give me the Benadryl.
Well, I'd say I wait. Yes, probably. And it just depends on how, it's hard to explain how weird it feels, or
because it varies.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Like this, what I have now is less than what I'd have at the start.
You think it's gotten better when your throat feels funny?
I think
Unless
so.
it's a really weird day where you exercised a bunch or you're
Yes.
super stressed.
Like
or...
some days, for just random reasons, I'll have a more funny throat than another day, or sometimes, usually I don't have it at all.
Good to know. And you're really good at explaining it and talking about it and figuring it out, because nobody feels it but you.
Yeah.
So it's really helpful.
It's hard to explain it.
Have the communication, and of course that's what works for you.
Yes.
Other kids might have other things, and you just have to work with your doctor to figure it out. We just share this for educational purposes, not trying to tell you how to do OIT or to do it. Lots of people are still strictly avoiding like you used to do, and they just listen to the stories just to get some inspiration for the future, and that's totally fine too. So
I would definitely suggest, if you're thinking about it, I would just go for it, because I think it's, in my opinion, it's better to at least say, like, even if you can't do it, at least saying you tried to do it, instead of, not saying that everyone should try it, but if you're thinking about it and you're kind of on the fence on if we should do this or if not, like what could happen. I mean, when you updose, you're in the doctor's office, and if you can do it in the office, then you're pretty much going to be able to do it at home.
That's awesome. So better to try and say it didn't work than to not try at all.
Definitely.
Is that the saying?
Yes. But
Gotcha.
if you don't want to do it, like if you just don't want to do it at all, then that's fine too.
It is fine too. And some people are like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad that you have been a good person to just go through it and share it. And thank you for being willing to share your adventure with us, because you make it kind of exciting around here.
Yeah, because like because my life has kind of been, I went through a period where I wasn't doing OIT, and then I did OIT, so it's like you get both ends of the spectrum.
Exactly.
Kind of.
That's why I tell people we were strict avoidance for 11 years.
Yes.
So a whole decade of no milk whatsoever, ever, and EpiPen usage, and now we get to share this side. So it is very cool because we can relate to both lifestyles. Definitely. All right, you guys, we hope this is helpful. I'm going to have this in our archive for where I will be plopping down food that Miles is eating at the 150 mark. And if anything improves or changes or we go up, which he wants to do, we'll give you guys another update at that point. So thank you, Miles, and good luck on your homework today.
Thanks. I'm going to need it.
See you guys later.
Bye.